Christian! Hey, Christian!
Who is this?
It's me, Penny.
Huh? Penny?
Long time no see. I got your number from the group chat for the school reunion.
Oh, I see.
Are you on your way now?
Yeah, I'm on the train. Anyway, the reunion's gonna be starting in a few hours. Did you really need to go out of your way to message me beforehand?
Yes, what's the problem, baby? By messaging now, we can make all the necessary arrangements for a grand performance in advance.
Grand performance? Wait, did you just call me baby?
I've been thinking a lot about our surprise for everyone at the school reunion. I thought it would be better to get everything straight before we actually meet.
Surprise? If you were intending on surprising everyone, telling me beforehand doesn't really make much sense.
I forgot how slow he can be sometimes. Me and you are gonna surprise everyone together.
We are? Why?
You seriously need me to explain that?
Yes, I really need you to explain. Why would you and I surprise everyone at the school reunion? None of what you're saying makes any sense. We might have been in the same class at school, but I can count the amount of times we spoke on one hand, and we didn't even hang out in the same groups.
Oh, I give up. You just don't get it, do you? The fact we didn't really speak back then is exactly why everyone's gonna be so surprised.
I still don't have the foggiest idea what you mean. Anyway, what's the surprise?
What's the surprise? Cut it out, Christian. I'm starting to think you're teasing me now. There's no way you're this dull. The surprise is our engagement announcement.
Say what now?
The only problem is, you still didn't give me an engagement ring, did you? You really should have planned this out better, you dummy. A ring would give our announcement more authenticity. That's why I think it's best we meet up before the reunion and go ring shopping together. We might not have the time to check out all the shops and find the ultimate ring of my dreams. But as long as you choose me one that costs at least $10,000, I'm not that fussed about the design. Oh yeah, and I'd be really happy if you proposed at the same time. The words the husband ends up choosing for the proposal are probably in the top 3 things married women get asked about later on. To make sure you choose something that sounds cool.
Whoa, slow down a minute, Penny. I'm not following anymore. No, wait. I was never following. Why do you think you and I are getting engaged all of a sudden? Is this some kind of late April Fool's Day joke?
Huh?
We haven't seen each other a single time since we graduated high school, and barely even spoken to each other, let alone dated before that.
You're right. We haven't been a couple until now.
Huh? You're actually aware? God, my head hurts! How can you be aware that we've never been together and yet still be talking such nonsense?
Nonsense? You're the one talking nonsense, baby. You worked so hard since we left high school, so you might one day be able to make me yours. I really admire that, you know?
Huh?
I know everything, babe. You're the CEO of a major company now, right?
Well, yeah, I am, but...
Exactly. So surely you must remember how that time we spoke back in high school, I said if I'm gonna marry anyone, he better damn sure be a CEO.
I don't know anything about that.
You don't need to get all shy with me, you know. I know the reason you worked so hard and became the CEO of a major company. It's because you etched my words into your heart and swore to one day fulfill them and become the man I needed you to be. It must have been really difficult for you not having a chance to propose to me since we haven't seen each other in so long. That's why I'm so stoked about this school reunion. It's a perfect opportunity. I'm really glad our old teachers decided to host it for us.
No. That is so wrong! You're making a misunderstanding of such epic proportions here that I'm actually lost for words! How is this possible?
Stop it, Christian. I just told you don't have to be shy with me. You're surprisingly naive for a man of your position. It's funny, I never looked at you romantically at all back then. You were always just that shy, gloomy kid with that nerdy, thick-rimmed glasses. Honestly, probably the last guy I'd have gone for. I can only imagine how hard you had to work to become the man you are today, so you being with a shot at my hand in marriage. All I can say is, wow, babe, wow!
I told you! That's not why I'm a CEO! My career had nothing to do with you! Plus, I'm married.
You're what now? Oh, I get it. You're so silly. Is this your way of proposing? You always were a little idiosyncratic.
Huh?
You don't propose to a girl by text message, you doofus. You have to do it properly, in person, like a man. Down on one knee, bouquet of roses and $10,000 wedding ring in hand. Will you marry me? That's how it's done. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Since everyone will be together, why not use the school reunions as your opportunity to pop the question? It'll be spectacular, like something out of a movie.
Like I told you, I'm already married. That means I have a wife.
Yeah, I get it. You're shy and trying to hide your embarrassment. I actually find it cute, sweetie. I'll be arriving at the reception hall really soon. Make sure you buy my bouquet of roses and $10,000 engagement ring before you get there, okay, baby?
You've got this all wrong, and I will not be complying with your demands!
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. My ring finger's a size 8.
I don't care!
Okay, sweetie. See you at the reception hall soon.
Listen to me!
What the hell, Christian? You have a wife called Bridget?
Why are you messaging me when we're in the same reception hall?
There's no way I can speak to you directly after you embarrass me so badly. I want to crawl into a hole and disappear. Do you enjoy embarrassing me? Do you have any idea how it feels to have your heart broken like this?
This is a very unique variety of embarrassment that I give you every opportunity to avoid.
What?
You made the most absurd understanding of all time, and now you're self-destructing all on your own!
Misunderstanding? What did I misunderstand?
If you need me to explain that, you might actually be beyond help. To tell you the truth, I never intended to announce my engagement to Bridget in such bold fashion in front of everyone like that. If anything, we're pretty private people. Our original plan was to keep it between our close friends and family. But you had to go off and arrive at the reception hall early and give everyone false hope that something big was about to go down by telling the organizers that a huge surprise was going to be announced. You gave me no choice but to announce my engagement to Bridget in front of everyone so people wouldn't be confused. Anyway, how the heck did you get from I worked hard to become CEO to I worked hard to become CEO exclusively so I could marry you? I don't understand your thought process. I've examined it from every possible angle I can think of, and it still doesn't make sense.
No matter what you say about the marriage, I know you have feelings for me. Surely you at least won't deny that.
Huh?
I was the most beautiful, the most popular girl in school. There's no way you didn't have feelings for me. Admit it, Christian.
Once again, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Speaking frankly, I was way out of your league. The tallest, most beautiful, most vibrant rose in the entire orchid. Every guy on campus wanted to pluck me. And you go off with some miserable, pathetic weed named Bridget, growing alone in the corner, all shriveled and weedy and stuff? It makes so little sense it's criminal.
Which part is criminal? We love each other.
I just told you. Don't make me repeat myself. It's me you should have feelings for. Listen, baby, we can still make it if we hurry. Douse her in weed killer by filing for a divorce and marry me instead.
Tell me, Penny, what's your problem with weeds?
Huh? What, LOL? Weeds are ugly. Who likes weeds? Raised by a single mom, broke ugly, I can't think of one good thing she has going for her. She's the very definition of a weed. I bet you find her picture if you looked up weed in the dictionary.
What does that make you then? A stinking corpse, Lily?
What?
Does the foul stench of death accompany you wherever you go?
What does that mean?
Forgive me. Calling you a stinking corpse, Lily, is probably a little rude.
Hey, are you insulting me?
I never say stuff like this usually, but I just couldn't help myself. I couldn't just sit back and watch you talk about the woman I love like that.
I'm the woman you love. Me. I just told you you'll be breaking up with her, did I not? I'm a more suitable candidate for the CEO's wife. Me.
The CEO's wife, huh? It appears part of your misunderstanding stems from a severe lack of information, so allow me to make a few corrections.
Huh?
Firstly, raised by a single mother? Wrong. Second, broke? Wrong. Neither of those apply to Bridget.
Wait, what?
Want to know how I became CEO? I inherited Bridget's dad's company.
What?
Bridget was the president's daughter.
But I heard she was raised by a single mom.
Single dads are a thing too, you know. And just because someone's raised by a single parent doesn't mean you can make assumptions about their financial situations. Looking down on people based on baseless prejudices like that is only gonna come back to bite you. I think you should be more careful with the judgments you make about people from now on. I mean, take today for example. You're super embarrassed and probably feel like a complete moron. Why? Because you viewed the world through a misunderstood, prejudice-based lens. Anyway, that's enough of you.
Huh?
I want to go talk to my old classmates. I've already wasted enough time on my phone with this ridiculous back and forth. See ya!
Wait! No, Christian, don't leave me!
And that was the story of my encounter with a woman so disturbingly misunderstood that it bordered on the terrifying. All I can say is, wow, wasn't it just surreal? I barely interacted with Penny at all back in high school. But even then, I knew she had a reputation as an arrogant narcissist who looked down on everyone because of her good looks, and people tended to keep her at a distance. It seemed like she was under the impression that people felt uncomfortable being around her at the reunion because she was so out of everyone's league. But immediately after we stopped messaging, she soon hightailed it out of the reception hall. I blocked her straight away, so I can't say what happened next. But according to one of the event organizers, who contacted her afterwards to chase her up on her unpaid ticket fee, she'd given up on her search for a husband, an endeavor she'd been firmly committed to before, and is now living a life as a lonely, isolated need at home. Something tells me something inside her broke when she was hit by the reality of the outrageous misunderstanding she made.
Hey, Mom. Are you okay? Dad's funeral's about to start. Where are you?
Oh my, I didn't realize the time.
Please, get over here as soon as you can. We can't start without you. While Dad was sick, I took care of him the whole time. So at least help out now that he's gone. It's the least you can do, Mom.
All right, hold your horses. You're always so impatient. Sandy, pick up, would you? Where did you disappear to? I said I wanted to talk to you after the funeral. Why didn't you wait for me?
I just took Uncle Frank to the airport. They just boarded the flight back home. I just got back to the parking lot. I'll be back in about an hour.
An hour, huh? Why didn't you just wait until later in the evening?
They already have reserved their tickets. May take more than an hour if traffic piles up.
Well, that's way too long. I was going to tell you in person, but let's get it over with right here online.
Huh? What's this about?
I want you out of the house ASAP.
Excuse me? You're kicking me out of my own home? Dad passed away, for God's sake.
Yeah, okay. Take a few days to mourn then. But I want you out by the end of the month.
Seems a bit sudden. Can you explain why? I mean, the timing and all. Nobody to take care of Dad anymore, so you kick me out?
Yeah, well, you're certainly not the rightest bulb of the lot, so I suppose I have to explain it all to you in the simplest of terms. First off, I want you to reject all claims to your father's inheritance.
Dad's inheritance? Do we really have to talk about that now? Shouldn't we hold off on that for now? I mean, in respect to Dad, now's not the time, Mom.
We're family, so I don't think all that matters. Your father is gone, and we no longer need a nurse to take care of him.
So, you want me to give up all claims to Dad's inheritance and just leave, is that it?
That's right. You have no job, so you took it on yourself to look after your father as a nurse for the sole purpose of gaining an upper hand when it comes to splitting the inheritance. Well, sorry to break this to you, but that's not going to happen.
Wait. Are you saying I'm unemployed?
Yeah, you were constantly going on about how it was so hard taking care of your father that you had no time for work. I knew what you were scheming all this time. I bet you were hoping to just keep on living here rent-free. But no way that's going to happen. Just refuse any claim to the inheritance and get out of the house by the end of the month.
This is too much to contemplate right now. We can talk later after I get home.
Pardon me?
Mom, you're acting as if you've achieved some kind of decisive victory or something, but I get to stay at least till the end of the month, right? You do realize that it takes time to do all the paperwork for this inheritance stuff. We can't just talk about it over a line and be done with it. It's more complicated than that, and it takes time.
Well, yes, I suppose so.
Okay then, I'm on my way back right now. Hey Dave, thanks for coming to my father's funeral today.
Sandy, you must be tired from all the hard work today.
Sorry about this. Why is it that we only meet on such occasions? We really should date under different circumstances, lol.
Don't worry about it. I knew what I was getting into when I started going out with you. So, does this mean we're over the hard part and things will be normal going forward?
Yes, I suppose so.
What do you plan to do from now on? I know you don't want to go and live with your mom.
Yes, as I mentioned before, she's really not my mom. She's my stepmom. Dad married her like 10 or 12 years ago. I just call her mom out of courtesy.
So does that mean you have to start looking for a place to live?
Yeah, that's why I contacted you. My stepmom, wants me out of the house by the end of the month.
You're not serious, really?
She also wants me to refuse all claim to my father's inheritance.
For real? What kind of person is she? Your father just passed away, for Pete's sake. You took care of your dad for almost 10 years. She didn't lift a finger to help, and she has the gall to make such demands?
Yeah, well, I really don't care about that. I was always planning to move out anyway. As a matter of fact, I was making preparations to move all these years. And about the inheritance, I never expected to receive anything.
Yeah, you told me, but to believe that yourself and to have someone say to your face, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
All good? You make it sound so simple.
That aside, I contacted you for a little advice. I know you work in real estate, so I figured you would be the best person to talk to.
Yeah, my advice on real estate.
Yeah, we can talk more about it when we meet up. Do you have some time this week?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll keep my evenings open, so when you have time, give me a holler and we can meet up.
Right. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, Sandy, I know you're seeing this. It's the last day of the month. Are you all packed and ready to move out? You better be. It would be great if you could move out today.
Oh, hey Mom. Yeah, I was gonna leave later this afternoon.
I know you're well aware of the situation, but just so you are crystal clear about it, the entire inheritance, it all belongs to me. You do understand that, right?
We did all the paperwork together, remember? I wish you would quit reminding me about it every time we talk. Also, I don't plan on coming back to this house ever again.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's good to hear. I'm surprised you were able to move out on such short notice. Did you find a live-in job or something? Bet it's some sort of live-in maid or nursing job. I guess that's all you're good for.
The moving people are going to get here pretty soon, so I better get ready. Yeah, I'm going to take Dad's ashes. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, whatever. You're not going to ask me to help you move now, are you? Sorry, but I don't have the time. Your father left me a little play money, so I think I will go have a little fun downtown. LOL. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I have reverted to my maiden name, so I have zero connections to your family and relatives. We are total strangers now, just so you know, LOL. You are no longer my daughter, just a stranger.
Oh, okay. No problem.
If you have any financial problems in the future, I don't want you coming to me for help.
Yeah, I get it. Buzz, buzz.
Sandy, what's this about? They told me they are going to sell this house and they want me out of it ASAP? What the hell is going on? This is my house. Nobody can kick me out.
Hello, Mom. Helen. It's been a while.
Excuse me?
It is Helen, right? We're not related or anything. Seems weird calling you Mom. Do you have a problem moving out of that house?
Of course there's a problem. Why do I have to move out of my own house, for God's sake?
But you submitted those papers. You reverted to your maiden name, and you have nothing to do with our family anymore, right?
But I inherited all of your father's inheritance. Nobody can demand that I move out of this house. This house is mine.
That's strange. That can't be right. That house has been in my name for the past 8 years. I own the deed to that house.
Wait, what did you just say?
It was about the time that my father's health deteriorated and he would need care for years to come. My income at the time was pretty stable, so Dad had the deed to the house put in my name.
Pardon me?
I recall we talked about this with the lawyers present years ago.
Are you nuts? You're not employed.
I'm surprised you didn't know, actually. I am employed. Self-employed, that is. I'm a writer.
A writer? What are you talking about?
I don't want to brag or anything, but I have royalty payments, enough to live on. Making monthly payments is actually not a problem.
Royalty payments?
It was hard being a writer and also taking care of my dad, but by the time Dad needed regular care, my royalty payments were quite substantial, and so it wasn't such a burden. It wasn't easy, don't get me wrong, but I made it through those years.
Are you serious?
What I really wanted to talk about is the house. If you plan on living there, well, you're gonna have to start paying rent. If that's what you want, we need to drop some paperwork, lease agreement and all.
Pay rent? How much is rent?
I talked to a local real estate agent, and he told me the average rent for that area is about $2,000 a month.
Are you serious? $2,000? I can't pay that much. I checked his bank account, my inheritance, and there was only $20,000 in there. I was expecting 10 times as much. What a total letdown.
Oh, now I remember. When we were all talking with the lawyer, you were only half listening to his explanation. I recall the lawyer saying it was only about $20,000.
My mind was somewhere else at the time. I was set on buying this one collector's item I was eyeing for a long time. I couldn't believe that he only had $20,000 in his account. What's going on?
Well, you have to consider that I nursed him for 10 years. All that adds up, you know. My dad worked his way up to a district manager, but was forced to retire when he got sick. All his nursing care was paid for using his savings. That also paid for your living expenses. You were a housewife all those years, so no income.
Excuse me? No wonder there was only $20,000 left in his account. That can't be right. So, that's all that's left?
All I can say is, you better make that $20,000 last as long as possible, or find a job ASAP. I mean, you're still in your 40s. You could find a job quite easily at your age.
I used all that up already. That was gone as soon as I got hold of it.
Excuse me? You spent it already?
Yeah, I bought some nice bags and went on that trip last week. Plus, I went out on the town a few times. I had no idea that I only had $20,000. I used my credit card without thinking, and when I realized it, I was overdrawn. My card was rejected.
Oh, I see.
What the hell am I going to do from now on?
All I'm asking is that you move out of that house, that's all. I don't recall you ever acting like my mother.
Pardon me?
When I was in school, you never gave me any allowance. I made do with my part-time job at the library. As for meals, like dinner, it was me or my father that prepared it practically every night. And you know what? I don't recall one time you ever cooked for us. I did all the house chores too, like the laundry, and I even mowed the lawn in the summer. And what's more, you never bothered to take care of my dad all those years. After all, these years of doing nothing, can you still call yourself my mother? It was me that held this family together, if I can even call it a family.
Sandy, can we talk about this? I mean, after all.
The lease runs out at the end of the month, so I suggest you start packing, unless you want to rent the place.
Oh, I have an idea. Let me live with you until I work things out. We are family. It's the least you can do. What do you say?
I'm sorry, that's impossible.
Excuse me? Why?
Well, because I'm living with my boyfriend now.
A boyfriend? Are you serious? When did you get a boyfriend?
I better get going. I have a lot to do today.
Wait, Sandy, let's talk this through. I have nowhere to go. I don't even have a hometown or relatives to go back to. Sandy, are you still there? Are you serious? Did you already block me? Please, Sandy, help me out here.
My dad saw all this coming and urged me to use his savings as I saw fit. My stepmom continued to stay at the house, thinking she had the right. But once she learned from our lawyer that she was illegally trespassing on private property and she'd be charged with a crime, she got out of there pretty quickly. I heard she found a live-in job somewhere out of state. But all those years of living off my father and not working, things apparently didn't go so smoothly. On the first day of her job, she came in late and continued to do so numerous times afterwards. She certainly didn't make any friends. On the other hand, she couldn't understand why she was being shunned. Can't imagine the stress she's going through. But what makes it even worse is that she borrowed money from some disreputable sources, and I hear she's in really hot water.